Hello friends, today I am going to discuss Leetcode problem number 224 basic calculator. So the description of the problem is implement a basic calculator to evaluate a simple expression string. The expression string may contain open and closing parentheses, the plus or minus sign, non-negative integers and empty spaces. Okay. There are some notes. You may assume that the given expression is always valid. Do not use eval built-in library function. Okay, so let's see an example. Here, this is the given string and the answer is 23. So let's discuss how we solve this problem. So when we look at this expression, what we'll do is we will take one, and when we encounter a open parenthesis, we'll try to calculate the expression that is inside that uh, uh, the bracket, and then add it to the previous element and then proceed, right? So we will do a similar approach. So I'll explain the logic while coding. So let's start coding. Start with a variable result which will eventually be returned. If string determine and length is greater than 0, we will see to calculate the result. So what we need for this is we will need stack which will hold the numbers in order. Here we will need a stack of objects because we need to keep track of this open parenthesis as well as closed parenthesis, and they are strings. So we'll use a stack of objects. And also we will need a variable to store the number, because these numbers might be, they might be single digit, or they might be in double digits, or they might be in hundreds, thousands. So we need to calculate that. And also we need to track the last operation. If it was addition or subtraction. We'll start with addition. Then we will loop through the string. We'll take the character. At any given point of time, the only possible the C character can be either an open parenthesis or a closed parenthesis or a plus or an operation, basically. And the most important, it can be a digit. If it is a digit, what we'll do is we'll try to calculate the numeric value of that digit. Reason I am multiplying it with uh, 1 is, for example, if the digit is like this, 2 minus 20 plus 10 minus 5, 6 minus. So we need to, if we are at number 3, we need to find out 32. We need to loop the string till we reach 32, and this is how we will get the number. The next thing we'll say is, if we encounter an open brace. So this is where we need to keep track. So what we'll do is, if we encounter an open brace, we'll assume that the expression is starting at 20 and ending at until we encounter a closed parenthesis. So we assume that this is the expression that we are going to evaluate, and we try to find out that value, and we add that to the stack. So after that, the stack would look like this: 20 plus 10, 30 minus 5, 35, 6 minus 1. This is how our stack will look like. So for that, what we'll do is, we'll do stack dot push. So as we are using stack, we need to push the operator before the uh, open parenthesis, because that decides if we need to add or subtract the element. So how will we decide that? That if the last operation was plus, then we will push him 1 to the stack. Otherwise, we will push minus 1. This is because when we calculate the number 35, we will multiply with this element and add it to the stack. So if it was minus, then we will multiply 35 with minus 1 and add it to the stack. And then we will push the open brace to the stack. And we will initialize the number to 0, and as we said, we will start the last operation fresh with a positive sign. Now, these two operations can be combined, because whenever we see an operator or a closed parenthesis, or for that matter, if we are at end of the string, all we have to do is calculate that value and add it to the stack. So what we can do is, we can combine these two statements here. And also, if we are at the end of the string, so what we'll do is, then first thing we have to do is, we have to push the number to the stack. But how? Depending on the last operation. The last operation was an addition, then we will simply push the number as it is to the stack. But if it was a negative, then we'll push its negative value to the stack. And here, as they mentioned, there will be only positive and negative signs. So we should be good. And we can set the current operation as the last operation for the next iteration. And we'll reinitialize the number to 0. Now, the tricky part is, we have to take care of the scenario when we encounter a closed bracket. So till the time we were calculating this Then if we see a closed parenthesis, then what we have to do is we have to go back and add all the elements that were added to the stack and add that whole total to the stack with the sign that was there previously. So closed. What we'll do is we'll take a variable and we will loop to the stack while the stack is not empty, and its value is will will peek through the stack element, and as long as it is not equals to the open parenthesis. We'll do is we'll add the elements to the stack, or subtotal. Because we are dealing with objects, we need to cast the object into integer when we pop it. Now we will have the subtotal. Now this needs to be this subtotal needs to be pushed back to the stack depending on the sign. However, we have to before pop out this open sign that was added to the stack before. So then we will first simply pop it. And here we don't have to check if the stack is empty because we have encountered a closed parenthesis, so there must be an open parenthesis and the stack will not be empty obviously. So now we need to add the subtotal to the stack. But before that, if stack is empty, that means there might be a case when the expression might have started with an empty base itself. So then in that case, the stack will be empty. Then we will push will push the subtotal to the stack. If it is not empty, then we will push we'll get the sign first. The sign, and again we need to convert it into integer because it is an object. And then multiply it with the subtotal, then push. And yeah, that's it. And by the time when we are done with this loop, our stack will have all the elements that needs to be popped and added to the result. So we need to add the element to the result. we are done with the coding of the problem, and then we'll try to run it and see if it works. My bad. Sorry. Compilation errors. Let's check one more time if there are any. Okay, it should work now. Yeah, it is accepted, and we'll see if we submit if it's accepted. So, oh, why is it making? Oh, I'm sorry. Here it should be open base. Let's see if it's submitted. Yeah, it is accepted. So that's how you will solve this problem. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. And thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.